Hey guys, welcome back to Sunday Potluck. Today I'm going to be cooking a recipe out of the first edition of the 1900's cookbook, and it is a Chinese pork roast. And Marianne's digging in a cabinet, so if you hear her in a minute, that's what she's doing. Okay, so I am going to just show you guys what I'm working on, so I'm excited about it. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna need back up. The lady that put this recipe in the cookbook called me and she said, I saw that you were doing the cookbook, working through the cookbook, and she said, I have got to tell you that the recipe that I put in there for the Chinese pork roast is wrong. And so I said, okay, what do you mean? And she said, well, it says you need a 10-pound lean pork roast. She said you don't need a 10-pound lean pork roast. She said what she uses is a 3-pound pork tenderloin. So I quickly made that alteration in my cookbook, so I don't have to worry about that. And then, if I can do this one, this is frozen. But, a lady that I know, she's like, put your ginger in the freezer. Like, get real ginger, put it in the freezer, and then you use a spoon and scrape off the skin, but I think that the skin might be frozen to the ginger, so it's not doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Anyways, so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm scraping the skin off of the ginger with this. Okay, so what you're gonna need is a 3-pound pork roast. And if you have this recipe book, not many do because it's been out of print. But if you have this recipe, go ahead and make that alteration and you're watching this, go ahead and make that adjustment in the cookbook. So it's on page 99, just FYI. And then what you do is so you'll need a 3-pound pork roast. You will need a 1-inch chunk of ginger sliced, a 1/4 of a cup of soy sauce, a 1/4 of a cup of water, a 1/4 of a cup of brown sugar, 1-inch piece of ginger sliced, and a whole bunch of green onions. And I'm just going to assume that a bunch is like how many ever they give you in the bunch. I don't know if that's like a whole bunch, like that's a whole lot, or if it's a whole bunch as in like it's a bunch, you know, like what they give you. So I'm just going to assume that it's the, like they give you. And I can't get that piece off, so I'm just going to do that. Okay, so I'm going to slice this in. What are you doing? Oh, Marianne. Okay, I'll be right back. She had gotten into my food coloring, so I had to get that away from her. So I need to move that up to a higher shelf. Okay, so I'm going to slice the ginger, and it doesn't say thinly sliced, it just says sliced. So I'm just kind of, you can't eat ginger, baby. I think raw ginger would be very good. I don't know. But she also, the lady that put this in here, Miss Alice, she texted me and said that this recipe was her grandmother's and that she was a missionary in China, which was really cool. And Marianne's trying to help. So she was a missionary in China for a really long time. And I asked her how long she was there and when she was there. She said she was there in 1917. How cool is that? I also asked her how long they were missionaries You really want a piece of ginger? Yeah, I didn't think so. So, here, I'm going to put you down. You want to drink this? Here. I asked her how long she was there, and she didn't know. She didn't know exactly how long she was in China. She said, though, that she had to come home. I'm going to cut that in a minute. She said she had to come home. They had to come home because of World War II? One? I'm not sure. They're World War I. And one of the world wars. And that her, parentheses off, her dad was actually born in China. So as a missionary kid. So I thought that was kind of really cool. I knew that her family was missionaries, or had been missionaries, but it's really cool that this recipe came from her grandmother, who, I mean, I know a lot of these recipes came from grandmas and whatever, but this one came from her grandmother, who was actually a missionary. So, and I like missionaries. I like a lot of people, but missionaries, I'm on the missions committee at church, and they have a special place in my heart. I don't know that I could go out and live in a whole nother country or a whole nother place and not know anybody and do that, but they do, and I'm very, very grateful for them for doing that. And my son wants to be a missionary, said he wanted to be a missionary at one point in time, and I'm like, that's great and wonderful, but I don't know if I can send him off. Like, I mean, there are some days, believe me, that I want to send him off, but, you know, just to send him off and to maybe possibly never see him again. But that's what God's called us to do. So that's, you know, it's great and wonderful. And I'm going to be a missionary in my home and in my town, but I don't think God's called me to go be a missionary in another country, but I'm so very thankful for those that he did call. So I'm going to put this in my crock pot. And I don't know if I was supposed to, like, drain that or whatever. I don't know. Marion's playing in the dog water again. Okay, so I've got my pork roast in here. I've got my a fourth of a cup of water in there. I pre-measured it. I'm going to do my soy sauce. And I just got a generic soy sauce. A family friend of ours is from Japan, and she's going to college here in our town, and she's become a friend of ours because of a program that we do, that we're involved with, where families get set up with international students and just love on them, and hopefully be able to share Jesus with them. And but anyway, I took her grocery shopping the other day because she said she was getting low on food and needed to go to the store, and she didn't have a car and she can't drive. And so I took her to the grocery store, and she was getting soy sauce. I was like, ooh, what kind of soy sauce do you get? And she was like, whatever's cheapest. I said, okay, that that clarifies it. So I don't have to get the fancy soy sauce because it's just whatever's cheapest, which makes sense. So she's like, it's all the same. I said, okay, well, there you go. Straight from the mouth of somebody who would know. Okay, so I need a fourth of a cup of soy sauce, and I'm just going to pour that over my roast as well. Not that it's going to stay on the roast, but pour it over the roast. And then you need a fourth of a cup of brown sugar, and I should have done the brown sugar first because now I got to go get a different measuring cup. And like all my measuring cups are in the dishwasher right now, I feel like. So, okay. So here we'll do this. This is a 1/2 cup, and I'll just fill it up to 1/4 cup, and then dump that out. So, easy peasy. All right. And I'm going to assume that it means packed because I've always, every time I measure brown sugar, I've always said it's packed. So I've got 1/4 cup of brown sugar packed. Dump that in there. And then my onions go in there. And then my ginger goes in. And then it just says to cook on, you can simmer for 2 to 3 hours or until falling apart. It also does well in a crock pot. So you can do this on the stove, I guess. But you can also, yeah, because it says place in a large pot. Well, nice. Okay. So this also does well on a crock pot on low for 8 to 10 hours. And that is what I'm doing. Crock pot, because I ain't got time this afternoon to deal with dinner. So, this is what it looks like right now. And I will show you what it looks like after it's all done and cooked. And there I am. And I will see you guys in a little bit. Bye. Okay, guys, so it's real late. So, my husband had actually, it's a choir practice. And so I'm just now getting home, and it's really late. So I'm just going to eat just a little bit of this, because he said it was pretty good. It was a little dry. It's probably because I left it in the crock pot a little too long. But I think if you did it over the stove, it might be better. But the juice, I tasted the juices a while ago, and it tasted pretty good. It's got a really good flavor. I like it. But, so, anyway, try the recipe next time I do it. I'll probably do it on the stove just to see if that changes anything. But if you like this video, hit that thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to Sunday Potluck. And I'll see you later. Bye.